or else you will die.
Guatemala's government accuses the Caravan of being infiltrated by criminal gangs and says most of the migrants did not have the negative coronavirus tests required to enter the country. Now they're being sent back to Honduras, even though they insist there is no home for them to return to. I don't want to go back. I lost everything in that country.
As Joe Biden enters the White House on the 20th of January, his top priority seems to be the legal status of millions of immigrants. A move that is a far departure from his predecessor's policies. But the hope for a welcome in Biden's America may have now triggered a migrant exodus. Thousands in Central America are chasing the American dream, one that has been touted as the holy grail for the working class. But the dream has turned into a nightmare for these migrants. A few days ago, thousands of Hondurans began their journey to the US. The migrants started on foot, in large groups often known as caravans.
First, I'll find a job in the US. We think about our families and want to help those who helped us. Mexican authorities have deployed 500 officers to the border. An agreement with the US stops them letting migrants through. But like so many before them, the people here see no alternative but to keep pushing on.
One of the policies right now that the Biden administration wants to do, that's not an immigration strategy. That's an open border strategy. And the smuggling organization, the migrants, are loud and clear, and the crisis has already begun.
It has not even been a week since President Biden was sworn in, yet his immigration proposal is already making a negative impact. There were reports of a second caravan forming in Central America now, just days after Guatemalan forces broke up a caravan of thousands hoping to reach the U.S. Evidently, they dispersed. They didn't disband. Here to react, the chairman of the National Sheriff's Association Border Committee, Cochise County, Arizona Sheriff Mark Daniels. Sheriff, have you seen this difference that Mark Morgan's talking about?
I have, Brian, and you know this executive order. It's troublesome. It's hasty. We've worked so well over the years, and why we need a secure border is just common sense, and I can articulate that to you. But yeah, we have since the primary till now. Our statistics in Cochise County, we have a virtual camera system. 800 cameras are deployed. We've doubled those coming into our county and along the southwest border.
So do they all have rapid tests with them, and are they wearing masks?
No, they're not. And what's alarming on this, Brian, is you look back in 2019, people ask, well, why do we need a secure border? This political theater that's being played out is scary to all of us on the southwest border, sheriffs, police departments, and our federal partners, and every American should be standing up on this, because in 2019, we had 141 countries breach our southwest border, 1,100 gang members from representing 20 different countries. Then you go back and look at the 3,500 children that are being exploited by the cartels as a fraud, 61 fraud families. I can go on, 822 assaults on federal agents. It just goes back to show you how vulnerable our southwest border is, to include every American in this country, if we don't have a secure border.
Hey, Sheriff, they're stopping our allies from coming here, France, the UK, Middle East. We're not doing it because of the pandemic. But when it comes to our southern border, it's whatever happens, happens, not their problem. How do you explain these two views? How do they commingle in your mind?
Well, they don't. First of all, they don't. You got 24 countries that President Biden has reacted a travel ban on, but you're allowing our southern border. One thing that bothers me as a sheriff serving 37 years on the southwest border is the fact that the lessons of the past continue to be played out in Congress, through the presidency. It's political theater. When President Trump was president, with everything that's going on, I tell you, we had a very positive, proactive relationship with President Trump at the table to work out community issues. Police chiefs and sheriffs are experts of communities. Our federal government is supposed to be experts of national security and border security. Together, that's a recipe of success for every American. And what I'm seeing now is we're going to go back in time and play this political theater at the backs and the risk of every American.
You told me in the break that they stopped putting up the wall yesterday. You got 20-something miles, 82 would finish it. We've already paid for it. What is your message to Washington? Is it working? Do you need more?
We do. This was a positive protection for our county, for America, all along the southwest border, as my sheriffs in Texas, sheriffs in Yuma, and California. It's working. And to halt that is hasty. And again, I've said it now, it's political theater being played out at the backs of America. It's sad, Brian. And I'm telling you, we've been down this road before. I don't know why we can't look in the past and find balance in our processes, our programs, and stop this madness.
There's no Republicans and Democrats who wear in the uniform at the border. They're just trying to have an organized immigration system and stop people from flooding it in and making a mockery of it. I don't know why politics enters into this. Remember, Joe Biden passed the Secure Fence Act. That was 650 miles in 2006. What happened to that guy? It's only gotten worse since, and now we have a pandemic on top of it. Sheriff, the frustration must be overwhelming. Thanks for telling the story. Hopefully someone's sober enough in Washington to listen to you. Sheriff Mark Daniels, thanks.
Thank you, everyone.